Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the bright side of basketball. So, today we have something very, very important to discuss. Giannis Antetokounmpo apparently, I don't know why I said his name like that, my bad, apparently would like to be traded. Now, obviously, this is according to Shams. None of the report stuff is necessarily new. We kind of already knew that Giannis wanted to be traded like months and months ago, but they're talking about it again now. Apparently, there's a good chance that it actually happens this season, and we shall see. But in light of this, Bleacher Report has blessed us yet again with a beautiful article. I love Bleacher Report articles. They have their issues, but damn, they are very entertaining, and I love to look at them. I love to react them for this YouTube channel. I love doing all of that. I'm a very big fan, okay? We'll just look over it today. I'll let you know what I think about each of these trades, and yeah. Okay, first of all, this is the tweet just saying that he would like to be traded. Obviously, it's not all completely set in stone yet, but it's looking quite likely. I think they were saying that it's going to be in about like 3 to 4 weeks. Giannis is going to decide, so around the same time he goes to come back from his injury, we will have a bit more clarity as to what exactly is happening with him. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I think obviously it would shake up the league a lot if he got traded. Obviously, he's easily one of the top 5 best players in the league. You can easily argue he's within that top 3. I would say it really is like Shea, Jokic, and him. Some people could argue probably Luka, that type of stuff. But okay, first trade they got, oh my, Lakers. All right, it's not happening again. We cannot make a tradition out of this. It can't be every single time a star gets traded, it has to be to the Lakers. And I guarantee you this will be for peanuts. Let's see. Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, first-round pick swaps, and a 2031 first-round pick. Now, personally, those pick swaps are not going to be worth anything. Literally anything at all. Keep in mind, if the Bucks don't have Giannis anymore, and if the best player they get back is Rui Hachimura, this is actually worse than the Luka trade. This is genuinely worse because Rui is the best player in this deal. He's for sure a mid-level player. You could argue he's worse than a mid-level player. He's a decent role player. If he was coming off the bench, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But for him to be the main asset they get in return, because the thing is, that 2031 is not going to be worth anything on a team that has Luka and Giannis. Those pick swaps are going to be worth even less because the Bucks are going to have the worst pick every single one of those years. To me, it just does not make any sense at all. Obviously, the Bucks are going to be worse if they don't have Giannis. I do like that they did in fact include Thanasis in this. I believe that's very important. We gotta keep the brothers together. They need to be there for one another. I don't mind that. But this is awful. I don't see any way they get it done without Austin Reeves. I would even say maybe even LeBron. Obviously, well, no, I don't even think the Bucks would take that. LeBron is really he's a bit washed now. He lost his 10-point streak. He almost lost it against the Suns a few nights ago. I love LeBron, and it's very sad to say, but you can definitely see that, he's nowhere near the same player as he was. And it doesn't even, that shouldn't even be the expectation on him, considering he is, he's 63 years old. It's time for that man to retire. I want to see him have a good life. Okay, next we got the Hawks. Okay, I like that. Trae Young, Zachary Ricochet, 2020. So the New Orleans pick, that's actually very, very, very valuable for next year, plus a 2028 and a 2030. I like that. I like this trade decently. That pick next year is worth a lot, obviously. The Pelicans are not good. And also it's rights to Milwaukee and the Pelicans, so it's essentially just like they're getting their pick back to an extent. They're getting it essentially as a pick swap, meaning they either get their pick back if they somehow manage to be worse, or they get the Pelicans pick. Either way, I like that. 2028 first and 2030. Again, I don't think those would be worth a whole lot considering how young this Hawks team is and considering how good Giannis is. So for Giannis to be added to that, I don't imagine the team is going to be all that bad. But even I'll still take it. I'd probably be like a 26, 27 overall pick, maybe higher if the league does the expansion they're supposed to. Could be a 31st overall pick, something cool like that. 32nd, hopefully, because if they added an odd number of teams, that'd be very weird. But yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, him next to Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels. Obviously, the 3-point shooting would not be the greatest in that starting lineup, but I really don't mind it. I can see a lot of upside with that. Defensively, that team would be insane. Offensively, they'd be quite good too. But again, I'm just really worried about that 3-point shooting because I feel like Trae Young really fills that niche for them. And we can tell while Trae Young has been gone, they have been missing that 3-point shooting to an extent. Even though, I mean, they've been winning games. I would say defensively, they definitely are better without Trae Young. But yeah, I mean, I guess when you just see them have this amount of success without Trae Young, it really shows how expendable he really is to an extent. Okay, no, next team we got Giannis gets to his preferred landing spot, the Knicks. Okay, this one I'm curious about. Before I look, I already saw, kind of. We'll go through it. I want to take a second to talk about it. I was just gonna be like, yeah, but hopefully they get Karl Anthony Towns back. I already saw the thing. It does include Karl Anthony Towns. So I low-key don't mind that. So again, Giannis and Thanasis. Did they have Thanasis for the Hawks package as well? Okay, good, they did. Thank God. Like I said, you gotta keep those two together. They have to be together. I don't mind it. Okay. So Giannis and Thanasis for Karl Anthony Towns, Miles McBride, Pacome Dadier. I hope I said that correctly. That sounded a little freaky. First round pick swaps in 2026, 2028, 2030, 2032, and 6 second round picks. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Knicks would have to pull out a bit of the classic KOT4Q method, get assets and you flip them. I think they have to get a couple more firsts in order to make that work. Because to me, pick swaps with the team that is getting Giannis and is pairing him up with an already good team are not going to be worth a whole lot when you consider that the Bucks are going to absolutely be worse than the Knicks for at least the next 3-4 years. I assume Giannis is probably going to play for even longer than that, but obviously it's hard to say. But yeah, so to be essentially getting nothing, and then you're basically just getting 6 second round picks, which is insane. Maybe one of those maybe one of those 2031 or 2032 ones. Maybe they could age gracefully. But I don't see the vision. I don't see it. Second round picks. It's a bit. Well, actually, I'm thinking about it. Cat is very good. Obviously, he hasn't been the best this year due to him not really fitting in with the system. But I think Cat's a good player. Hot take, I know. I feel like Karl Anthony Towns is a bit good at basketball, but yeah, I think I don't know. It'd be kind of weird seeing. I'm thinking about the logistics of it. Seeing Cat play next to Miles Turner would be kind of interesting, because Karl Anthony Towns is kind of like the better version of Miles Turner. Not defensively. Miles Turner is Miles better defensively. Oh, get it? Miles Turner is Miles better. Look at that. I'm spitting bars here. Just for y'all. I'm spitting bars. But yeah, I feel like Karl Anthony Towns is like he's like the 2.0 version of Miles Turner offensively, but defensively, Miles Turner is significantly better. I would be curious to see how they play next to each other. That's very good spacing for a front court, I will say. But they just won't have a good point guard to pass out to them. I guess they get Miles McBride. I know he's not a point guard. I believe he's a shooting guard, but he's not bad. I don't mind him. Pacome Dadier, he's a bit of a bust, I will say. He hasn't really amounted to much, but maybe that could be due to the lack of playing time that he was getting under Tibbs. I feel like I just kind of want to see a bit more from him before I value him as a premier asset in a Giannis trade. But that's just me. They have a few weeks to get all this figured out, so maybe they boost up Dadier's. Maybe they boost up how good he is. Give him some playing time. Let the kid play. Screw it. We need Giannis. But okay, next we got Spurs pair Giannis and Wemby. Ooh, okay. This one is quite interesting. This one, as you can see, I can't see. It's cut off at the bottom for me as well. So I shall talk about it real quick. This one, if I was the Spurs, what would I be willing to give up? I think 2 premier assets that really speak to me initially is going to be Dylan Harper, for one, Dylan Harper's very good. He's a second overall pick. I don't think he's as good as Giannis. I don't think there's a chance he'll ever be as good as Giannis because Giannis is just one of those players. And 2, Stephon Castle. Former Rookie of the Year. I would say he's significantly less valuable than Dylan Harper. But I feel like with a mixture of one of those two, probably Devin Vassell for contracts, maybe Keldon Johnson for contracts, I feel like they could make it work with some firsts because I believe the Spurs have all their first-round picks. They might even have other teams' first-round picks. I'm not too positive on that, but I feel like they could get something very good from the Spurs. So let's see what they have them down for. So again, Giannis and Thanasis. I'm down with that. Okay. Oh yeah, I was pretty much right. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Dylan Harper, and a 2030 first-round pick and a 2032 first-round pick. Interesting. I think I would try to squeeze Stephon Castle in there too if I was the Bucks. But I don't know. Like I like Devin Vassell to an extent. I kind of like Keldon Johnson. My one issue with Keldon Johnson is they had him play a lot of power forward. And he's very small. I believe he's 6'5". So I'm not a huge fan of small power forwards. Same thing with like Grant Williams and even like Royce O'Neal at times as the Suns would play. Yeah, he's a good player though, but I would want him as a small forward personally. Dylan Harper is very valuable though. I'd be very happy with that. I think my one thing, if I was the Bucks though, I would really try to secure a pick for next year's draft because Dylan Harper's good, but I don't think Dylan Harper is as good as Darren Peterson or Cam Boozer or AJ DeBonsa. So I would like to, if I was the Bucks personally, I do like the Dylan Harper acquisition, but I would try to also maybe get some kind of 3-teamer in there, maybe reroute Devin Vassell or Keldon Johnson to another team for a first for this next upcoming year because I don't believe, the Bucks do not have their pick because it's within that, it's tied up in that swap that Atlanta has right now between the Pelicans pick and then the Bucks pick. So in general, I wouldn't be too happy with that if I was the Bucks. I would really, really try to get a pick because we don't know. Because next year's draft seems very, very, very stacked. Specifically, like the top like 10 seems very good. Specifically, also that top 3 looks insanely good for next year's draft. So I would really try to get into that in some way if possible. But I don't mind it. This has probably been my favorite so far. I also really don't mind the Hawks one. But again, I would just want to... No, actually, the Hawks one, looking back at it, I do quite like it because that 2026 is insanely valuable. To me, personally, I would have that 2026 over Dylan Harper in terms of value. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, though. It's just, I like the idea of that top 3 in this upcoming draft with AJ DeBonsa, Cam Boozer, Darren Peterson. By the way, I'm pretty sure I called him Tristan Peterson in the last video. Or it might have not been my last video. It might have been a video prior to that. I've been recording every day now. Everything's kind of mixing in together. But I called him Tristan Peterson, and that was so off. That shit was bad. Okay. His name is Darren Peterson, Daryn. All right. I got it right. There might be 2 R's. I might have not gotten it right. But yeah, I know his name now. Okay. Don't you worry. Plays for Kentucky, I believe. So, there you go. I couldn't tell you what university in Kentucky, but he plays for Kentucky University. Or does he play for Kansas? It starts with a K. I will learn more about this draft. Just you wait. I'll probably do a video just fully learning about this draft. But all right, I'm getting off topic. I do like this trade quite a bit. Thinking about it now, Zachary Ricochet has a lot of value. That 2026 has a lot of value. Trae Young doesn't have a whole lot of value at this point, but he's still a very good player, and like we've seen him lead offenses still at this point. So I would be curious to see what exactly they're able to do with that. I do wish I could see Trae Young and Giannis play together though. I feel like that could be quite magical. Imagine Trae Young throwing a lob to Giannis. Beautiful basketball, man. Or like imagine like a prime Chris Paul throwing a lob up to Giannis. I'd love that. Maybe just me though, okay? But I would love that. I would personally really enjoy that. It'd be crazy. But oh yeah, Darren Peterson. It is 2 R's. My bad. All right. Nice. My bad. All right. That was very stupid. My part. I'm learning though. I'm getting there. All right. Next team we got Trailblazers. Ooh. It's like I heard that apparently Giannis was upset with them trading Dame. I don't know how true that is. I don't remember the exact source, but someone did say that. If that is the case, what a beautiful way, because he would be back with Dame, he'd be back with Drew. I would love that. I would love that for them. Giannis and Thanasis, they get back Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams III, Scoot Henderson. Interesting. 2028 first round pick. It's their own first round pick in 2028, a 2030 first round pick, and a 2032 first round pick. So they get two of their first back. Ooh, that actually is very, very, very valuable. I like it. I think the idea of the Trailblazers giving up on Scoot Henderson, it's definitely, I guess it's not that crazy of an idea. I believe Scoot's in his third year. He's in the same year as Wemby, obviously. He was drafted the same year as him, year after Chet. So, giving up on Scoot, man. Sad to see. Very sad to see. Maybe he play well. Maybe he play well for the Bucks. Maybe he'll be able to come back, play well. I'll have to see. But yeah, I do really enjoy them getting their first back. Again, like I was saying before, I do like the idea of them getting their 2026 back. But I guess at the end of the day, they said that they're going to try to trade him where he wants to be traded. Giannis, that is. So if he puts down the Trailblazers, that's my number one. Maybe they would take this because that really is not bad value. Getting their first back, that kind of stuff. But I don't imagine Giannis would want to play for the Trailblazers. Like I said, unless he really, really, really wants to be back with, Dame and everything like that. Maybe he would do that. And, Denny Avdia, he's been playing like a star. Maybe he wants to play beside him. Who knows? Genuinely, who knows? But I don't mind it. I like it. I like the look of it. What kind of stuff are they saying? Damian Lillard was forecast to lead the Portland Trailblazers. No one predicted he'd end up in Milwaukee, but surprise suitors sometimes make their way into these parties. Yeah, I guess it would be a bit of a surprise. No one's really thinking about it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Maybe they could get something out of Scoop. But yeah, so that'll be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you disagree with anything that I said in the comments below. Let me know if you agreed. Like I said, I'll accept some glazing. I don't mind it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.